Mirror, mirror on my nails, who is the fairest of them all? It is Bimo. Yeah, that tracks. That tracks. So this is a video on the No Place Like Chrome collection by Holotaco, and I have a lot of things to talk about. It seems like I have a lot of things to talk about when it comes to Holotaco's collections recently. I wanted to make sure that we're all in the same place because this is definitely a collection that has a learning curve. I'm also getting deja vu with that statement. As some of you might know, there's been a little bit of conversation occurring with this collection. That's also familiar. Common discourse that I am seeing about this collection is that this is not a genuine chrome collection, it's just a metallic collection, yada yada. Now, why are some people saying that this is just a metallics collection and not a genuine chrome collection? People are saying that in order to be a chrome collection, you need to be able to see your reflection. And while there are some standard polishes that do achieve that look, Simply Nailogical has actually explored those polishes years ago. And I definitely suggest you check out those videos because the formulations were a little bit sketchy, a little bit questionable. I personally do not recommend that you purchase those, as I cannot guarantee that there might not be some good stuff in there. So that's the main argument. However, I want to push back a little bit, just a little bit. There's some parts I agree with, some parts I disagree with, but my pushback is kind of similar to when I discussed cat eye or magnetic polishes. Because with cat eyes in particular, and some other specialty effect polishes, but I'm going to use cat eye. The thing with cat eye nail polishes is that when you first apply the polish with your magnet, you're going to get a really crisp effect. But because standard nail polishes, they take up to 24 hours to fully cure, and you're not going to hold your finger on a magnet for 24 hours on. That's a challenge. Somebody wants to make a TikTok of I wore a magnet on my nail for 24 hours video. I would watch that. But the thing is because it takes so long to fully cure, that special effect, that crisp cat eye that you got, disperses over your nail. And I know a lot of people are disappointed by that. I am one of those people. I want it to be crispy forever. With that specialty effect polish and the curing time, it doesn't look the same. And I'm just gonna say it, a lot of promo pictures, they're taken right after applying the nail polish because that is when your nail polish is going to look the best. I don't know if you're just finding out, but people who do marketing photography like to set themselves up for the best, which can be a little misleading. Gel magnetic cat eyes, because it flash cures, you get that really crisp cat eye effect, and it stays because it's gel and there's a flash curing that occurs. So that same kind of concept applies to these chrome polishes. When you first apply the standard chrome polish, it has a wonderful effect. It's shiny, you can kind of see your silhouette. It's chromy. But as these polishes dry down, it loses a lot of that luster. And for me, when I did my application following the Holotaco instructions, by the way, we'll get into that in a second. When I applied it following the Holotaco website instructions, you can kind of see where people are disappointed and feel like they were misled a little bit, because it really dulls down. After it is fully dried, you can see every little dent. I mean, you can see the fact that you closed your hand in the car door when you were 10 years old. You can see that. Like, I'm specifically, but you can see every nook and cranny, all of that stuff on your nails, which for some people, they really don't want to see that, which I can understand, because boy howdy was I shocked when I was like, I didn't even realize that nail had a dent in it. However, I am going to talk about how I kind of mediated those situations. I personally didn't try applying a smoothing base coat and then the sticky base coat. That might be a way to kind of deal with that, or applying a top coat to this. The thing with gel chrome nails, which is honestly probably what a lot of you are seeing. You're seeing these fantastic, like, I can see all the freckles on my nose kind of polishes. You're seeing gel chrome polishes. There are gel chromes that are applied from the bottle, and then there's the rub-on kind. Simply Nailogical has also examined some of those polishes previously on her channel, and they're great videos if you want to learn how to apply those. Definitely check them out if you kind of want to have the full picture, and I think it gives you a better understanding of her mindset when coming up with this collection. Or, I mean, honestly, that looking at her previous catalog of videos gives you really good insight on why she develops polishes in a certain way, because she's very in-depth in explaining what she likes and what she dislikes about certain types of polishes. That's one of the reasons why her videos were so successful to begin with. She's thorough. You don't have a researcher's mind without applying it to all the different aspects of your life. So now that we've kind of discussed that aspect, I do want to talk about this collection specifically. I'm not going to tell you if I like or dislike this collection until the end of this video, because I kind of want you to just dive into this and see the pros and the cons. So let's talk about the box. You can't talk about a Holotaco collection or lunch without talking about the box, unless you're the barista collection. Yes, I'm still a little salty about that. I think a box with that theme would have been great, though I know a lot of you disagreed with my opinions on the box, but personally it's like, I like the boxes. I like them. I like to hoard things, if you didn't know. I'm a collector. I like collecting things. Especially pretty things. Anyway, there you go. Oh, there you are. Ah, there you are. Oh, that's my computer monitor. Hopefully nothing up there was scandalous. I like this box. I think it's cool. I like it when Holotaco takes the concept and really presents it in a simplified way. It's straightforward, to the point, and personally, I think it's very aesthetic. This is messing with my camera too much. It's too shiny. Anyway, I like the box. I think it really represents the overall concept of this collection. Not much more than I can say about the box itself. But let's talk about the polishes, because these polishes have a unique application process. It's very unique when you consider Holotaco's catalog. The only other collection I can really think of that has specific instructions that you should look into before applying is the magnetic polishes. I have a whole video of cue cards or some bullshit. Biggest thing about this collection is that you need a specialized base coat for these polishes. Now, is that necessarily a requirement? From what I've seen, no, it isn't. However, the base coats that I have, and I do show you me using a couple of different base coats in this video, didn't really work too well, but check out Kelly Marissa's video, cue cards. She tried it with a couple other base coats and she had some success there. So if you want to hear about that, check out her video. With this collection, you need a specialty base coat. This is the new quick dry base coat. It does work with other formulations. I've been wearing it quite a bit. Dries really fast, but I have a couple of cons with it that I'll dive into with the swatching. Personally, I found that the base coat, that the quick dry base coat is the best base coat to use with these polishes. It does come when you buy the collection box. That's why you're seeing the higher price point of $82. It's because while there are 5 nail polishes, it's technically 6 because you're getting that base coat as well. The downside of this is if you were to buy the individuals, they're $14 each individually, but if you are buying the individuals, you gotta buy the quick dry base coat. So you technically gotta buy 2 polishes, and the quick dry base coat is $12. So when you are looking into buying an individual chrome, you're spending $26. So that is something that you need to consider. Definitely check out Kelly Marissa's video. You might have one of the base coats that worked for her already. Look into that. This is a collection you want to do research on. And yeah, that's why I'm not going to tell you if I like it or not. This is something that really comes down to the individual and what you like. If you aren't somebody who likes metallics or chromes, don't buy it, because $26, that's nearly $30. I mean, that is going to be over $30 with shipping. Unless you're getting free shipping. Like if you're just adding these onto an order or a wish list that you already have going, or if you see a future collection and you wanted to try these and you get free shipping, okay. But if you're just buying the single chrome polish. So now that we've discussed that part, let's discuss the instructions. And the only reason I want to discuss the instructions is because they're fairly unique. I have not seen other brands really break down their instructions for metallics or chromes in this way. I do know that there are other chromes from years ago that had fairly similar instructions to these Holotaco ones, which is kind of why I'm like, hey, those chrome videos Simply Nailogical made years ago, check them out. Helps you understand her brain. Based off of my experimentation with this collection and this formula, I'm gonna say you should follow these instructions. So there is a heavy prep step to these polishes. You really want to make sure that your nails are clean. You don't want any little bit of linties, no little dirts, no lumps, no bumps that are dust on your nails, animal fur, your hair. Maybe shave your head. I don't know. As a joke, don't shave your head if you don't want to shave your head. You're really going to want to make sure that your nails are clean, because like I was saying earlier, everything shows up. Literally everything. And if you got to pull a hair out of this as it's drying, because it dries so fast, it's going to leave a mark. The next step is applying the chrome polish. And when I say, hey, you don't want to like flood your cuticles, like you want to make sure that there isn't too much product on your brush. Well, with this, load that bitch up. You are one of those people who, when applying a coat, you're like, oh, I gotta dip back in the bottle, like, going slow, like taking my time, making sure my brush is really dry when I apply it. You don't do that. Load that brush up and apply quickly. I'm also, a little side note, cap your nails first. You got long nails and you cap the free edge of your nail, cap it first, because if you do it last, it looks weird. And when you apply that chrome, that heavy amount of chrome, you're gonna wanna do it in like 2 brush strokes, maybe a third, like side, middle, because you loaded your brush up. The next step is clean up. I will note, really easy formula to clean up. And then you let them dry. The website says that a top coat is optional for this formulation because it dries shiny. I didn't see the biggest difference between the non-top coated chrome and the top coated chrome, because while the shine does kind of dissipate right after your top coat is applied, once your top coat is dry, shine's back. It's fine. I got shit to do after I do my nails, so I like the top coat. It's not necessary, but that is the instructions essentially in the website. If you are a hesitant person, you're a little nervous, read the instructions. There's a video. Maybe be a little forgiving with yourself on your first application. Nail polish in general is just something you kind of need to practice at, and the only way you can practice is by doing your nails. So if you're not happy the first time, well, try again. don't let that stop you. It's just nail polish. You take it off if you're not happy with it, and you can try again. Now that I have word vomited on you for way too long, but I feel like it was a little bit necessary to kind of break this down a little bit more, and because I think about these things nonstop and I need to talk about them. Let's jump into the swatches where I will vomit on you more. Not literally, but there's gonna be more words, so go, enjoy, let's go, I'm tired. Okay, so because this really is a ground up kind of collection, we're gonna start off by talking about the quick dry top coat. And I kind of immediately had some issues with mine. My neck of the bottle was completely clean when I got it. I noticed this formula really likes to, well, dry quickly and stickily around the neck of the bottle. I'm wondering if this is kind of a warning that it'll thicken up over time, so I'll let you know if there are any significant changes with this formulation in the future. But because I want to show you these polishes, let's keep going. I'm going to go ahead and apply a fairly generous amount, not enough to really flood my cuticles, but enough to, you know, make sure everything's covered. And then I'm going to apply my favorite from the collection, World's First. I think it is almost impossible to not love a silver metallic or a silver chrome polish. As you can see, it's a one coater, but you can also see that there's a little hair stuck in there and it's really gonna show up in a second. There you go, you can see it. I'm going to be doing all these swatches without the top coat, so let's keep chugging along. Something about the song that says silver and gold. This is Trophy Life, and it is a gold chrome. You know, you gotta have a gold in your collection, just like you need a silver in your collection if you're doing chromes. Again, this one is a one coater. I think I got a pretty good feel for how to swatch these ones. It's shiny, it's gold, you know, if you like gold, you might like this one. Next up is Aquafoil. I thought a blue was an interesting choice, but knowing Simply, she typically always has a blue in her collection, so it made sense. I like that she went with this light blue, though I would be intrigued by like a dark plummy blue kind of feel. I think that would have been a really cool addition, but I'm not mad at Aquafoil. It's a nice blue. Then we have Iron Violet. I love that name, and I'm glad that we're seeing more purples from Holotaco. I thought this was an interesting color choice as well. To me, the whole collection really gave springy, Eastery vibes, you know. We are getting to those warmer months, so maybe that's what she was thinking. I applied this a little too heavily, and you can see that crease is quite visible, but you know, you live and you learn, and maybe I'll do better when swatching Pink Steel. I thought this was also a unique color for this collection. We don't usually see pinks in Holotaco collections, but I'm not mad about it. Again, I didn't clean my nails properly, and I guess that just emphasizes how important it is to do so for these polishes, so I got a little bit of lumpies. I tried to fix it, but I think I just put too much polish. It still looks like a nice swatch, but you know, that's life. Okay, I wasn't going to just leave you without showing you some of the swatches with a glossy top coat. As you can see, right after applying it, it's very shiny, but as the top coat dries, it fairly mattifies. It's still fairly shiny here, but after wearing it for 24 hours, it looked almost exactly the same. And I also wanted to show you the different base coats. I'm using only the Holotaco base coats. I thought keep it in the family. So I'm going to be starting off with Peely base coat. I think this one might have been the least successful. Obviously, so it's the Peely base coat. It takes forever to dry, and I think these polishes really benefit from a quick drying base coat, hence, you know, the quick dry base coat, duh. In this video, you don't really see a lot of the flaws that you see in person. There was a lot of rippling that I saw. The chrome brush tend to just kind of pull the base coat with it. I'm not sure what kind of reaction is happening to cause that, but I thought that was weird. Next up is long-lasting base coat. I thought I would have the most success with this one, and I mean, generally speaking, I did have the most success with this one, but it still did not apply as nicely. And yeah, yep. It kind of just picked up the base coat, made it clumpy and a little string. It was a weird reaction. I'm not going to tell you to try it at home because I don't want you to waste it, but maybe? Then we have smoothing base coat. I think if I applied the quick dry base coat to the smoothing base coat, it might work a little bit better. It was fine, but it was definitely streaky. I think if you didn't want to buy the quick dry base coat, you could apply 2 coats of the chrome and be okay. As you can see my nail plate, and yeah, it just wasn't my favorite. Definitely the quick dry top coat or base coat is what works the best with the chromes. It was made for it, you know? Now that you have seen all of the swatches, what do you think? I know a lot of you have already received your Holotaco packages at this point. I definitely want to hear how you guys have played around with this stuff. This has been an interesting collection for me because, one, it has a unique formula. It's a new formula Holotaco. There are some very detailed instructions on how to apply these. And also, my playing around with these. Personally, what I have found works best for me is the quick dry top coat. That's just what I've found has worked best for my application. Applying 2 coats of the chromes, I feel like that has helped kind of negate the visibility of the imperfections in my nails a bit more, just having that thickness. I think I will revisit this collection when my nails are much longer than they are now, with a little bit of a nub club situation. I keep breaking them nails, you know, chopping wood, not the most nail conducive activity. And then top coat it. Again, I didn't find too much of a difference between just letting it rock out on its own and applying a top coat. I like to be able to move on with my life once my nails are done. And the top coat not only gives me some reassurance that I can just go on my merry way, but it also helps with longevity and yada yada. You know how top coats work. So with all of that said, because there's a lot of it, I'm looking at the counter on my camera. It's nearly 30 minutes. This is going to be fun to edit. I was hoping to have this out tonight, but maybe not. We'll see. But with all of that said, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, and if you like my videos, subscribe. You know, I'm here when I'm here, and I'll see you guys next time.